Hello, welcome, good morning, good evening. It's evening for me here. Namaste and pranams. My name is Shurjo, and it is my absolute joy to be here with you today. I'm here kind of to celebrate and get myself excited, and perhaps you as well, about this new course on round glass that has just been launched called Patanjali's Sacred Texts Meditations on Self Realization. And today, I thought, as part of just kind of moving into that flow, into that awareness, today's live session has been themed Living in Balance. Now, everybody, it's a big thing, isn't it, nowadays? Living in, it's like the work-life balance and my home-life balance, and we're all looking for what's the right amount of, time, energy, effort, awareness, intention that I need to be putting out so that I feel that everything in my life is just as it should be. I'm not, neglecting anything. I'm not giving too much energy somewhere. I'm not getting completely tired here. I'm replenishing as well, so on and so forth. And so, of course, the question always comes, and this is my question to you: where is it that you think that you're seeking this balance? Where do you feel that you're missing out on this perfect balance from? And when I think about that question, and naturally, everybody's very outward about this thing. Oh, my balance for me is these many hours in the gym, and these many hours at work, and these many hours at home with my family. But when I think about that kind of balance, it's still everything very outward. The true balance, and this is why this course, Patanjali's Meditations on Self Realization, based on his 8 limbs, the Ashtanga Yoga as it is called, is about that there's actually a different kind of balance that is needed. And this is the balance of the external and the internal. You cannot just get the outside world to work. Oh, if I can just get my schedule in place, my timetables in place, if I can just figure out that perfect formula. But no matter what, it's draining the world. It's pulling us. It's calling out to us through desires, through hopes, through dreams, through expectations, through successes that we're so kind of desperate to achieve. But it's a one-way street. It's just outward. And of course, there are things that feed us. There are people who feed us. There are activities that feed us. But what if we also knew how to withdraw all that energy that is flowing continuously outward? What if we knew how to withdraw that back into ourselves as well? For me, that is balance. The entire universe is a balanced system. When I think about the stars and the solar systems and the galaxies all spinning in place, it's just perfectly in balance. The sun's right there, the earth's just roaming around it. And what allows the earth to stay in its motion? The sun has a gravitational pull, just like the world has a gravitational pull. But yet, the Earth's not getting pulled into the sun, nor is it being flung away from the sun. It's maintaining a balanced flow around it. It's because there are two forces at play, not one. It's not just the sun drawing the Earth. It's also the Earth's centripetal force, that kind of spin that it has, that may pushes outward as well, thereby keeping it exactly where it is. And that image really helps me see my own life. When I think about balance, I was a teenager when when I came to this existential moment of like, oh my goodness, I have no idea what life is about. I don't see people around me who have clarity, who are fulfilled, who are joyful, who seem to say, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. And that scared me. But so I started thinking, okay, what is it that I need to, okay, I need to study, but I also need to have friends. And I started trying to figure out this outward reality. If I could just find balance and structure in my external life, perhaps the answer would reveal itself. But I still felt empty. I was doing things that I enjoyed. It wasn't like I had a hard life. It wasn't like I was being knocked down all the time. But somewhere I was still not fulfilled. And it was only when, the universe is listening to us. Every time we're saying, something's not right, I'm looking for this balance, I haven't found it. What's the answer? What is it that I'm looking for? And I'm sure all of you have asked that question. What is it? What would fulfill me? What would balance me? And when I started asking the question, of course, the universe responded. And I realized that, yes, I am focusing externally, but that's true. I've never focused internally. I've never really tuned into my own self, except as it related to things not working out, or things that I want or I don't want, and then how I feel about it. In fact, I started to realize that when I was suffering the most, that was the time I would kind of interiorize a little and wonder, why am I suffering? Why is this happening to me? And I started to figure out that this balance of the universe is a balance of joy and, weirdly, pain, sadness. Because when I was in joy, I wasn't asking any questions. I couldn't care less. Oh, I'm eating the ice cream I love. Oh, I'm with the people I love. It's just fine. I didn't look within. But when I was in pain, I started to internalize and I started to think, why is this feeling there? Why am I going through this? Of course, it was all poor me, why me? But that little interiorization, that little introspection began to happen. Interestingly, when I saw, as I internalized as well as externalized, then the universe didn't have to give me pain and suffering to draw me within. You see, then suddenly it could give me joy more because I could withdraw from the joy as well. I wasn't getting too caught up and too excited and just saying, this is all I want. I could step back and I could say, wait a minute. That's here. That's the joy. What I'm feeling is within. It is only being triggered by certain circumstances. And when I understood that balance, then the universe, life itself, didn't have to bring me a dualistic reality. Then the two forces, and that's what keeps any object in balance, is when two forces are acting on it simultaneously in equal strength. External and internal. Outwardly directed to achieve what needs to be achieved, but then energy withdrawn back into the spine, back into myself, to realize that everything, that strength, that joy, that clarity, that creativity, it was all here. And when I could touch that inside me, I could bring it out once again outside me. And that is the balance I would very much like for us to kind of explore more. Because it is very helpful to have certain external aspects in check. There's so much to do, so little time. And we don't want to waste our lives just in those, really hard, grumpy, kind of energy pulling downward flows of energy. We want to have joy in our lives. We want to have creativity. We want to have relaxation. But when we seek it solely out there, then both forces have to come at play. You see, if you seek it in the world, then the world has to create both forces for you to create balance. Therefore, it will give you joy, but it will also give you pain. But when you're able to withdraw into the self, when you say, all right, I've had that, now let me see what's here as well, then it says, I don't need to give you both sides because you are creating both sides for you already. Now I see there are some responses on the screen that says, I need to find balance for time for self-care and simple fun. I need more yoga and less work emails. Yes, of course. I would like to sleep more. I would like to sleep more as well. And of course, I would like to exercise. There's so many things in our lives that we would like to do, isn't it? I mean, what part of it is it, I'm just only going to work. I just only want to do this. I only want to be with my children all the time. Even the things that we love, we can't do that all the time. We need balance. We need to withdraw even from that. Isn't that amazing? Because we think if I just indulge, that's what will make me happy. But no, interiorize. And for anything that you're saying, I need balance here and I need balance there. You see, what we really need is, I need willpower and therefore I have to work. I need focus, I need concentration, I need discipline. So that's what my work provides me. Then I need relaxation, joy, love, creativity, inspiration. And so then I think, oh, this is what my hobbies are going to bring me, and this is what all my, fun activities are going to bring me. Do you see, when we withdraw into ourselves and we awaken that joy, awaken that inspiration, awaken creativity, and then we can put it at work as well, and we can put it in fun as well, then your work won't feel like it's out of balance, and then your fun won't feel like it's out of balance. Then yoga will also give you balance, and work emails will also give you balance, because you are balanced. And this flow of energy in the yogic terms is called the ida and the pingala, this upward flow and this downward flow, this constant duality playing inside, that the purpose of yoga is to neutralize and unite into a singular flow up what's called the Shushumna, the astral spine, up toward the brain, to awaken the 1,000-petal lotus, the Sahasrara chakra. All exciting, fun, esoteric terms, but very scientific, very practical, very doable. And before I ramble on with more philosophy, let's actually go into an experience, shouldn't we? And the first aspect of this experience that I'd like to share with you is through the medium of music, spiritualized chanting. This is a chant, the words of which are by the famous Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. Perhaps you've heard of him, but they were put to music by my guru, Paramhansa Yogananda. And so I'd like to sing this for you, and I'd like you to tune into the vibration, both of the instrument and of the words, and feel that vibration drawing you inward. Close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Let your hands rest gently on your thighs or at the junction of the thigh and the abdomen. And while your eyes are closed, if you can, very gently behind closed eyes, lift the inner gaze up. Now, this inner gaze that you lift up will allow the energy in your spine to move with where you are directing that energy through your gaze. If you're able to do that, you'll see you will have a more successful meditation and a deeper experience. But if you're not able to do it, today's our first time together. It's no big deal. Let's see if the music itself perhaps moves us to that interiorized state. The words of this chant, let me take a moment here. The words to this chant are, who is in my temple? This is a discovery. Who is inside? Who is this guy? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, and all the lights do light themselves. And darkness, like a dark bird, flies away. Oh, flies away. And the darkness here is this confusion of, where's this balance going to come from in my life? Well, once we internalize that darkness, it disappears. Sing with me if you get a hang of the words. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? temple. All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Oh, darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Return to that meditative posture. That straight spine, it's so important. It's important that the pathway for our life force and energy to be able to rise unimpeded up toward the brain. It is our brain that is the filter of consciousness. And the brain requires us to be constantly feeding it with energy, with prana, with strength. So as we hold that spine straight, the communication channel between brain and body, between energy and life force, remains open, free. Get that focus for a moment again on your heart, the chest, the center. Let it be lifted up and open as well, fearless, like a warrior. And then your neck and chin just relaxed, held parallel to the floor. Your gaze gently uplifted, as if you are gazing inwardly at a distant mountain peak. All this while, try to arrive at a state of perfect stillness. See how just a little stillness profoundly changes your thoughts, your awareness. Stillness itself begins to allow that interiorization, the life force moving away from your extremities, gently being magnetized to the center of your being. Enjoy that stillness for a moment and see how the body almost calls and says, let me move, let me be restless, let me adjust myself, let me scratch here, let me open my legs. The habit of restlessness is so ingrained in the memory of every cell that as we sit to meditate, that memory awakens and doesn't allow us to experience the depth. So find stillness now. Let stillness be your strength. Let it be step one in your quest for balance. My body is in perfect harmony, perfect balance, inwardly and externally. Before we can balance our mind and our thoughts, we have to balance out our breath, which is the bridge between body and mind, between thought and energy. And so let's practice this very simple breathing exercise, one that I am sure each of you have already at some point or the other experienced, called the even count breath or the triangular breath. Going to invite you to inhale and hold and then exhale for a specific count, in this case, a count of 6. But as we inhale, I'd like for you to feel energy rising up your spine. As you hold your breath, I'd like for you to feel that energy centering at the point between the eyebrows. And then as you exhale, to visualize, to feel, to experience that same prana, life force energy, descending back down. And this allows us to find balance in those two dual movements constantly at play within, up and down, good and bad, like and dislike, want and don't want, happiness, sadness, forever at play because of these two currents within, the Ida and the Pingala. So together now, if you are ready, let us inhale. Hold your breath now. Feel the energy centered at the spiritual eye, at the point between the eyebrows. And now exhale gently through the nose and feel that descending current down your spine. Inhale again, lift that energy up. Feel it reaching outward, upward for the stars. Then hold your breath. Interiorize your awareness at the point between the eyebrows. And then exhale and relax the energy back down the spine. Inhale again, this time a little more dynamically with strength and power. Hold your breath and feel the energy flooding your brain now. changing and rewiring how you perceive yourself in life. Then exhale and bring that new awareness back into your body, into every cell. Let's do this twice more now at your own pace, as you feel to inhale, lifting up your prana, the life force, the energy. When you hold your breath, focus that breath at the point between the eyebrows, feeding the brain. And then when you exhale, relax. Relax and feel this new awareness becoming yours, a part of you. One final time. And with that final exhalation, let the breath go now. Forget the breath even exists and shift all your awareness to the point between the eyebrows with that gently uplifted gaze if you can. I'd like for us to maintain just 2 minutes of silence. Feel the strength of this silence. This silence is not empty, it is not a void. It is filled with potential, filled with an expression yet to manifest through you, filled with the inner voice of your own intuition, ever ready to guide you. Receive now from this silence. As we transform this silence now into the vibration of Om, I want you to feel now this silence that was within you growing, expanding, and just filling the room that you are in, just all around you, everybody, all the things that you own and possess. Fill it with this silence, with this vibration of Om. Whenever you feel to, and if you feel to, open your eyes. But if you are enjoying this moment, just stay a little interiorized. Extend the joy of this period a little longer. What was it that you felt? What did this moment mean for you? What did you realize just in these 7 odd minutes? I hope it was as profound for you as it was for me. Now, of course, this is something you need to do every day. You see, if you choose to go within, life won't have to force you within. And that, my friends, is the balance each and every one of us is looking for. But remember, you need support, and we need strength, and we need energy, and we need an environment that allows us to maintain this discipline of our meditations every day, daily. And I'd like to invite you and kind of extend this, that come to Round Glass because they have live meditations every day. And you can use just that support to strengthen you until perhaps the day comes when you don't need it, because now everything is in fact coming from inside you. But if you do have a question or two, I'm very happy to address it. We have reached the limit of our time here, but I did want to take this opportunity, being a live session, at least to have one tiny little interaction with you. Somebody asks, when is it the best time to meditate? In the morning, in the evening, or when I am feeling completely out of balance? Well, the answer is all of the above. But the true answer is whenever you truly can dedicate a focused moment. There is an ideal energy in the morning and in the evening. You see, when we're waking up, especially in the morning, we're transitioning from a subconscious state into a conscious state. And when we're transitioning, that's a wonderful time to enter deeper into yourself. Similarly, when you're going to bed, you're transitioning back from this active, energetic, conscious energy into a subconscious, more interiorized awareness. And that's another beautiful time to do it. And you're absolutely right. The moment you're feeling a little anxious, a little out of, oh my goodness, a little out of balance, sit then and there if you can. Find the breath, place your attention here, and send your energy, feed it to the brain until the brain is vibrating with so much strength and power that it'll give you solutions to whatever it is that you're looking for. That is intuition, that is inspiration, not some, oh, when will it come? We create it, we magnetize it by the strength of our own focused awareness. And it doesn't matter how long you do it for. Start with 5 minutes, start with 2 minutes. But whatever you start with, say, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to maintain this every day. And then I'm going to increase it little by little by little. So if you have just a minute or two, just do the breathing, the triangular breath. That's, and then you will see when you think I don't have time and you just start just a little bit, you'll see just that little feeling naturally wants to extend itself a little more, a little more. And meditation will no longer be a chore, not be something you're imposing, not, oh, somebody told me it's good for me, therefore. No, it'll just become a natural state of your own soul will say, come on, buddy, time to meditate. So yeah, find that time. That's key. And as I said, remember that you can meditate with Round Glass live every single day. And starting today, I'm very, very pleased, and I'm so grateful that those of you are here with me. I get to share this with you. Starting today, my course on Round Glass has begun. This is the course on Patanjali's sacred texts, meditation for self-realization, for that highest state of awareness. And in this, we're going to be exploring the Eightfold Path, a step-by-step roadmap that Patanjali has laid for us. There's never been something like this. Clarity every moment. This is how I am going to achieve success and actualization of all aspects of my life, outer and inner. So if that's something that interests you, as it very much does me, please check it out on Round Glass, online, on your app, wherever you can. I am very, very grateful that you shared this little moment with me, and I hope perhaps in the future we get to do this more often. In the meantime, if you're open to it, I invite you to just stay for a moment longer while I share with you a little preview of my course. How do I achieve every goal I have set for myself? What does it take for us to find that which will fulfill us? I've dedicated my life to the perfection of human consciousness with the goal, hopefully, of self-realization. The goal for me has been bliss, has been freedom, has been joy, has been living to my absolute highest potential. Don't you wish that life came with some sort of directions, like a manual or a road map? In fact, there is a manual, there is a road map, but none of us are fully aware of it. And that is what we will learn about in this 20-session course on the step-by-step process that will lead to the final goal of self-realization. This journey is a perfection of your consciousness, and whatever life gives you, it participates in that perfection. I invite you on Round Glass to join me in seizing control of your own power.